Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome to the stream. We are back. It's Friday. Happy Friday, everyone. And we are celebrating our newest release, our newest EP. That's right, Nights into Dreams. We worked on this all week, and today is the day where it is out. So we have 3 songs: Sweet Memory, Strive for the Skies, and Trace the Divine. It's on my SoundCloud and it's on my Bandcamp. All right. It's priced for $8, but I have a code you can use. Code Breeze, and that gives you 50% off anything you buy in my Bandcamp. And also, today is the best day to purchase any music from my Bandcamp, as Bandcamp will waives their revenue share today, like every every other week. Basically, they waive their revenue share, and that just means that they usually take 15% from whatever anybody buys, but you get all of it if you buy it today. So, yep. If you want to support and get some music, you can. But if you're subscribed to me via Patreon, Twitch, you will get these for free regardless. So, you know, and also I will be giving out probably some free codes to this as well. So, we are happy that we've achieved a goal of releasing an EP. Good or bad, it doesn't matter if it's how it performs or how it does. We just set a goal, and that was release an EP. So let's pull up our goals here. What's up, brother? Hope all is well. Yes, sir. DJ Tiamo. Austin, what's up, man? Isn't it Request a Song Day? Yes, it is. Today we are making music for anybody who wants to request a song. So you are welcome to request it. But we're going over kind of like the admin stuff here real fast. So yeah, we have been killing our goals this week. We've reached 10 subscribers. Shout out to Marl Boy for hitting that number for me. 3 original songs. Here they are. The new EP release. That's it. And hopefully somebody out here is smiling because we've done all this work. So we have been hard at work working on what we love, our dream, our passion, our music, melodic progressive house, and it's great to see the progress. So come back to hear this amazingness. Hey, Austin, appreciate the love, man. I appreciate you tuning in for sure, hanging out, man. It means the world to me. Thank you for the follow as well. Naruto, shout out to you, Naruto, for pledging on Patreon. Shout out to Hawk underscore 2021 for the follow. Appreciate the love, man. Means the world to me. So thank you for hanging out. And yeah. So what we got scheduled for today, you already know we're gonna make some music for the viewers. So this means you can put a request into the chat. And basically, I will let you choose the BPM, the key, and then you get the name it at the end. And it won't be a very long song because I won't try to like overdo the process of it. But whatever we make, we're gonna post to our playlist, and it'll be free to download. And also, I'll be putting these project files out for free as well. So like any project file or whatever, anything I make today, what we'll do is we'll just put the project files on the website, and this will be free. So like I'll do this for the other 2 that I made too, one for Zellerate and Olga. I'll put those project files up for everybody to grab as well. That way, it can be like you get something from it more than just me making a song. At least you get a free project at the end, and that's pretty cool. So, okay, so Let's see. Oh, thank you, Ferengi. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you subscribing as well. It means the world. DJ Tiamo says, let's make a track for Tiamo. 124 BPM in the key of C. Oh man. All right. I can do that. In fact, I'm not going to use my template though. I'm going to just do it from a dry stock um uh thing. That way it's not like I'm cheating, so to speak. And I'm also thinking what I'll do is eventually what I'll do is make these little like challenges, I guess. So we'll have like little 10-minute timers or something, and it's like whatever you get done in 10 minutes is whatever you get done. So and then also maybe we'll have the instrument selection as well. That way I don't have too many. The idea is to kind of put me into a creative restrictive box. So I'll figure out more ways you guys can do that to me without being too crazy. And also, what, let's see, what genre, I guess you don't mind. I guess you don't care. I guess we don't care really what the genre is. We're just going to make. All right, so let's go ahead and let's see, 124 key of C. We can do that. I haven't done a 124 track in a minute either, though. Like a 124 track would be. I just need to make one. Period. You know what I mean? But we're not gonna make a full out blown away one. Oh wow, I had no idea you did this. Definitely want a Xavier custom track for those NYC rooftop sunset moments. All right, Austin, I'll try to get you in, man. Just because it's it's custom made doesn't mean it's gonna turn out good. I'm just messed. Hopefully, it turns out good, right? Right. But even not, I just want to have fun and I want to just hang out with you guys. And, I want you to be a part of the process, even if it's, it doesn't turn out, like anything like amazing. But I feel like it's a little special because, it's not like I would have made this without your input. So that's my whole deal is, your input matters. I would like to include you guys that listen um, as part of my stream, part of what I do, because I think that it's you'll remember that stuff. I remember it, like I remember doing stuff with people. So it's just a way of saying thanks, guys, for being with me, and then and hopefully this all turns out good. But hey, we're having fun. How's everybody doing? I hope you guys are doing good. It's Friday, so that means it's the weekend for a lot of people. See. Okay. I had to fix something. All right, cool. Yeah, we'll just start simple and we'll go from there. Let's see, how long is this going to be? Maybe we can just go ahead and pattern this out. Oops. Sure. All right. Hi, Santosh. Welcome back, man. I hope you're doing good. Oh, man, what's up? Hey, Zephyr, man, so productive every day. Hey, with the emojis. Diaz and Kohawk. Hey, what's up, man? I don't know how productive I am. We're just doing stuff, man. I love to create music, so if that's being productive, I'm happy to be productive. Yeah. Love to create, man. It's definitely the highlight of my day. Hey, what's up, Kevin? Try Power Grand. That's a fire preset. All right, man. Let's see. Power Grand. All right, man. Maybe I do like a bass C line with the keyboard. Yeah. I don't want to spend too much time fiddling though. Maybe not that last note, but I get the idea. Sounds pretty good, man. I'd just be making weird stuff. I will just admit it now. But it's all good. Got an idea. We're not gonna take too much time here though. I do want to, I guess I'm just going to side chain it a different way. Oops. Let's change the color of this too. That way I can recognize stuff like this a little bit better. Oops. I don't even know what happened. Arrangement kick, huh? Did I just lose everything? Where is my stuff? Oh, that was weird. It's kind of like shot me to the left and I was very confused. All right, anyways, yeah, this is kick. And we'll give it a nice pretty color. Cool. And then this is the piano or guitar. We'll start with the guitar. Same, you get a cool steel blue color. Okay, good. And then let's go ahead and take you onto your own channel. Piano. Good. Let's try to work here. All right, and then I do want to add another, which would be like a pad sound, I think. Pad. And then maybe a chord. But I don't know if we'll do that or not. And then I know we'll do, I think, probably one more, which will be like an RP sound. And then that will be probably, oh, maybe like a melody. Maybe that too. Or we'll just kind of preliminary set these track lanes and then try to work here. ARP, and then what did I say the last thing was? Oh, melody in my head. But I already have like melodies going, but just in case I decide to add something extra. Okay, that should be good. Odyssey. Good one. Power Grants is a good one. Yeah, man. What BPM is Summer Peace? 120? You know, I don't even remember. It could be 118 or it's 120. It's not 124. I don't think it's 124 or 120. It could be a little faster. I don't know. I have to like pull up the project, and that might be a mission for a minute. I'll find out for you, okay? Let me remind me, and then I'll find out, okay? All right. So let's see. I want to do a pad sound. Oops. And I'm just gonna work within like kind of like one thingy for now, just so I don't get too confused. Don't worry, I'll do other ones too, so it won't be just all Nexus. But for now, I'm just gonna do Nexus because it's fast. For like insta creating, you know, that makes sense. Oh, so slow. Ooh, I like that one. See how maybe just like a mid area here, and that's. Yeah, it sort of like floats in and out, you know. No worries. All right, I'll find it for you though, Austin. I guarantee you. I can find it, but I just don't want to close the program to do it. All right. Oh, let's do this. All right, I'm gonna clone this. We're just gonna do a Nexus only kind of creation here. Let's find a good little pluck. I know one that I want to try. Yeah, it has like a you know, like a really chill kind of a intro, you know, like a wake up, like your eyes are slowly opening. All right, this will be the chords, and what I'll do is turn it down. And you know, we'll just go down. Something like that, maybe. We'll just, you know, this is probably a little loud, but we're just gonna kind of strum these by, I just highlighted them all and hit Alt S. I just use whatever settings I had. It don't really matter, but you do wanna, you know, kind of play them out a little bit. And I probably could have did the volumes a little bit better. I didn't mean to do that as well. I could have volumed it out. All right. It's probably a little too much, actually. Come on back home. And then it might be a little too up high in octaves, so we'll just, and then we'll put this on its own. I need to actually just like rename these. We'll just say like pluck. And then, yeah, maybe we'll do something like that, and we'll turn the attack. I think this is down. One of these is down. I always forget. You just gotta. Oh, it goes up. Because it's like super slow, but it's about to speed up here in just a second. Because once you throw drums and stuff in there, unless I like intentionally keep the drums slow, but I'm not. I'm about to do something here, but it ain't gonna be crazy. Let me see if this is. No, this one. No, that's not the one. It's been a while since I've kind of messed with in depth into an Nexus. There's a couple of good ones that I really like that aren't like even in the real thing. Like I just got them off of a. They used to like, I don't know if they still do it, but Nexus used to drop like free packs and stuff. And yeah, I found some cool sounds. Like yeah, some of these I've used before, but there's one these plucks that I really like. Yeah, like these few. A sun pluck, green jungle I think is a good one. Stone. Like that's like a perfect tropical pluck, and I've never heard one that sounds so nice. So that's really interesting. And it was just like a free pack. Yeah, I just downloaded it, and it was like, hey, we're giving out a free pack. Come download it if you want it for Christmas or something. I was like, yeah, why not? You know, the only thing I had for Nexus was the stock stuff when I got it. So, you know, all right. I actually think I want to do that too. Yeah, Yeah, and what I'll do instead is we'll just kind of give it a oh, not this one. Not yet. I want to work with this. This is what I want to work with. I'm gonna go ahead and start the rhythm with this. Maybe something like that. We'll see how this sounds. I got an idea. This might not work, but we're gonna take all the top notes and I'm just gonna scoot them over like 2 steps. Maybe we can even like be even faster with the bass. Maybe. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. If not, I'll just follow. I really don't mind following either how the chord is going. Interesting little sound. All right, let's put, we might have to start side chaining here, which is why I have this open one top. Maybe I'll just make a quick little ghost and call it good. And let's see, let's just add, let's try to keep it 100 with the stocks. You know, maybe I could just, that's all right. We'll just do it like this. We'll make a side chain here. Good. Disable it from the master. Let's bring it over and let's change the color to something a little bit more obnoxious. Yeah, gray. Very obnoxious. Okay. All right. Good. And then what I'll do is just, maybe I'll just do I'll just create one out of 3XOSC. Ghost kick. And then we're going to route this to the side chain. Good. Now let's go ahead and make a pattern, draw it across here. Go side chain, we'll follow the 4 steps. We'll enable the waveforms so we can see the shape. I think that looks good. Let's go ahead and just start side chaining it to everything. We'll just give it a lot of side chain options. And then, actually, I don't think I need it. Okay, it's not. Let's put a separator here. That way I'm not confused. Okay, good. And then maybe we can just change the colors of all these to auto color group. Now we'll just change the color like this. Let's make you a nice sea green. Yeah, very nice. Okay. And then side chain is going here, and then we'll open up a limiter. Go to compressor, right click this, click the side chain because this is what I named the mixer track. That's why it's that. And then we good. Let's make a kick. Kick. Don't I have one? Yes, I do. And then we're just gonna kind of keep it stock here. So I'm not gonna try to do too much. Problem is these things, I've never you don't really get much success sometimes because you gotta really mess with them. They're just, a lot of them are just way too tonal, you know? These aren't bad. This isn't a bad one. Yeah, which pack is this mode audio one? The attack kicks are nice. Mode audio. Oh, these come with FL Studio, my friend. So they're just part of what's already in it. You know? Ooh. That's a nice thunker. I kind of like the top on that one. Oh, that's a nice one. A croak kick. I never even heard of that one. That's not bad for mid. I like that one. That's like a good like a trap kick. It's not bad either. A minimal kick right there. This isn't bad either if I probably trim it up. It's almost like you just need to get the kick VST and just do it, you know? That's not bad either. That might be a winner. All right, I think we at least got enough to go off of here. Let's go ahead and just route them off to this for now, so I can start to get going here. We'll pick the best one and we'll just move from there. Okay. try. No, in fact, keep that. Keep that. Don't go anywhere. Let's. Where's my pad? Yeah. Maybe I'll just do this. Clone this way. This doesn't get messed up. And then we'll find a better one. But what I think I might do is kind of create it with like a piano. Might work. Maybe we can just. Let me see. Where's Power Grand? Yeah. Maybe we just turn this down a bit. Spread me out. The spread always is funny because you just hear it bouncing all around your headphones. Yeah, that's might be actually weird. I like this little piano, but maybe I will find a different one. There's another one that I like, but usually I just abandon it and go to whatever other thing I'm looking at. But we're gonna stick this one out. We're gonna keep working within this. I like the Nexus restriction. You know, maybe that's what I'll add is like you tell me what VST to work in, and then that way. keep. Maybe it's, maybe, we'll see. Oh, oh, okay. I see what I did. I was like, why is this off one? Yeah. Maybe we can double the C. made the pitch bend on this actually. But what I want to do actually, something a little bit different, is just overmix it with echoes. Since we're just using the built-in verbs, whatever, that's fine. And then we could probably actually modulate this delay by like 25%. And then, yeah, sort of just kind of keep a repetitive sort of thing going with the guitar. Yeah, that's cool. And then this will just kind of be the same and just be like an atmospheric kind of guitar. So we're not like super owned to like anything of it, but just we're gonna let it really float around. I'm actually gonna increase the feedback a little bit more. Give it about 30 delay. Hello, Emo. Hi, how are you doing, man? This is coming together beautifully. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, we just kind of go around in circles until we get it. Ride home not long ago, feeling pretty good. What about you? Man, I'm doing great, man. I just released a new EP today. I'm so excited about that. And here we are today trying to make some music for the viewers. But of course, I am an artist, so I have to always be slower than I'm supposed to be at things. But no problem. We are almost done with this, though. I know it doesn't sound like it, but basically this is the hardest part, is just constantly get it. we're gonna start it with that. It's gonna come in here. That'll come in like that. The chords are coming slowly over 2 bars, 2 16s. The bass comes in right here. It stops for a second. No guitar for the verse parts. The pad should be all the way up. Kind of goes, dips down here. We come back up. A lot of good stuff happens. We're going to end it without any drums. So we're just going to end it like that. And then, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Oh, yeah, this needs to be here, I think. And then we're going to insert one here. We're going to filter our plugs. It's already a built-in filter, so let's use that first. Plug filter. Change color. All right. This is gonna come in slowly. Hey, no problem. Oh, waking me all up now, but sounds good, like those hi-hats. Yeah, man, you know, like I said, it's gonna get a little different. Going in a great direction. Love to stay, but kind of late here. I understand completely, Ferengi. Thank you so much for listening and hanging out. I really appreciate it. Hope you have a beautiful day, okay? Just knew. Hey, Zephyr, sick tune. Hope you're having a wonderful day, man. Just knew you have just made my day even better by stopping by and saying hello. So thank you. Thank you. I hope you're having a good day as well. Yeah, we'll just kind of do it like this. Oops. And then maybe at the end, yeah, something like that. Steal it from the plugs. Save preset as. Okay, good. And then we need to do the same thing for RP. You need to also have a side chainer on you. Boop. Right there. Okay. You're too sweet. I made my day. Hey, man. I guess it's a mutual thing, man. Like, that's what it means to just show love. Just saying hi is all you can. Is all you really have to do, and it means the world to me as just a person. I think people underestimate the power of just kindness. Okay, and it's very kind of you to kind of stop by and say hi. So I appreciate it. A lot of people don't. So and a lot of people do. I'm not trying to look at the bad part of it. I'm just saying, that even small acts, seemingly insignificant acts, can make all the world. I like some kind of, is it a little bit of second expander? Yeah. It's cool though. Never really do it. Yeah. Where's my bassy bass? We could actually probably just give it some love on the low end. What I might do is just compress it and bring it up. Like the same reverb stuff. maybe a snake instead of 2 claps. It's just too snappy. Well, it's mostly my yeah. Ooh, this is a cool one. Wow. Kind of fits too. That's cool. Kind of like that. I'll throw it out. And then let's see. Okay, yep. And then here is filter this. Trying to keep it simple. Bass is gonna float down. All right. Yeah, I guess I'll have it just come in, and then they'll fade out. Oh, the ARP, yeah. No, I hate when I do that. All right. Where's my ARP? Oh. This is looking good. Oops. I might add another little like sound effect here. Let's go to the legacy drums, FPC cymbals. My favorite. Yeah. Yeah, there we go. Something like, let's go ahead and edit this real quick and go ahead and give it a blur. Maybe not all the way. 75% looks pretty good. We'll pitch it up a little bit too as well. Go ahead and give it a mix track. Maybe not pitch it up. And let's go ahead and just put this on the drums. Actually, maybe not. Let's just put it to the free master here. Turn it down. Let's see if we can just be cute with the reverb. like 2 should be good. Don't gotta be overdoing it. Make these hats unique in the beginning. Give them more of an intro. Alright, man, this is good. What are we gonna name this? Tiamo, you still here? Man, I'm trying to be fast. Boy, I tell you, it's hard sometimes. It's so hard. Alright, turn this up. Not even really compressing, it's just turned up. Gain stage. I am X. Ah, okay. I was like, dude, what? Everything should be on. Lovely thing. Okay, good. Oh, well, that's because I might have accidentally doubled these. Nope, I didn't. Which make 0 noise? Oh, they're routed to here, that's why. Okay, I get it now. Good. Even I have to sometimes figure myself out. Let's give us a little bit of reverb. I'm liking it so far. Keep it up. Thanks, man. Alrighty. I like this. Let's go ahead and this is your song. We did it. See? I'm gonna end it here. Yeah, simple, easy peasy. A little bit longer than I wanted to spend on it, but you know, whatever, it's fine. It's because like I get into the hardcore mixing stuff, or like start thinking about it. Oh, thank you, Ali Jadabi. Thank you. Shared most of his stories on Instagram. Very kind. What are we gonna name this? I bet he's asleep. So I'm gonna say peaceful slumber. And that's what it's gonna be. So when he wakes up, he's gonna see that. He's gonna see that on his SoundCloud. That's gonna be great. What have I been doing? I've been MP3ing him. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's good. All right, beautiful. So we got one done for Mr. Tiamo, who probably fell asleep. Sorry it took so long, man, but we're trying to do it in a short amount of time. I'm probably gonna just set a timer, and then whatever the timer ends is when it ends. That way I'm not like going too long, but it's okay. Right now I'm just having fun. So yeah, thank you guys for watching here. I really appreciate it. It means the world to me that you hung out with me on this tune. I am going to take a little break, and then we're going to come back and make another one. If anybody else wants me to make a tune for them, you give me the key in the BPM, and we will create this. And then what I'm going to do is export the MIDI files for this as well. And then this will all be available like this and I'm just going to export the project itself, which I just did, and this will be available on my website for everybody in the community, for you to download and for you to do whatever you want with. The good news about this is that the only third-party plugin that I'm really using is Nexus, which is the VST that is the sound to create it all. So that means you could open this project up even if you don't have Nexus. Just put your own stock sounds in there. You can replace them with now pianos and stuff, and you'll have your own version of it, and you can replace the sounds with what you like. Of course, the automation clips aren't going to work because the automations are only for Nexus, the plugin itself. So you would have to delete the automation clips if you were to open this project up inside your own um, uh, 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 workstation, FL Studio project. So this will still work though, the automation. And but the cutoffs probably won't because they're all linked to Nexus. Okay, so this will be available at the end of my streaming session on my website. This one and the next one that I create as well will be completely free and available for everybody that is tuned in, that everybody that is listening and stuff. You'll be able to grab these. Okay, so thank you guys so much. I am going to play just an ad just because it supports the stream. But if you enjoy what you watch and want to keep supporting me, please head on over to twitch.tv/Zafer. Come follow me over there. I need one more follower to reach my goal of 140 followers. And that was the goal we set out for this week. So if I can get one more of you to come on over from wherever you're at, come to Twitch and give me a follow, we'll hit our goal for the week. And that will be amazing. It's okay if not though. We've made it pretty close. We're at 139. I didn't even think we would get there, but we did. So this is awesome stuff, and I'm just really happy. So yep, we're gonna play some ads. We'll be right back in about 10 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere. But if you are heading out, it's okay. I understand. I will catch you on my next stream. Don't forget, by the way, tomorrow we are going to do a podcast episode here in the Discord server uh, about what things you can do to keep your creativity up as an artist. I'm going to put in some input, but I'm excited and I want to hear what your input is. So come on over to my Discord channel, zafer.com/Discord, or you can put !Discord in the chat, and I just put it in. This will be where you can join my Discord and you can just come hang out. Also, don't forget the project files. This is where they'll be available at on my website, zafer.com/projectfiles. Just check back in that website periodically, and it will be updated with project files as we go. Okay. Also, whenever I do my gaming streams, I want to listen to your guys' music. I want to spin it while I do it because I'm not really trying to do anything but just chill. But also, if I can grant you some streams and exposure to that 1 or 2 viewers that comes and hangs out randomly in my stream, I will be more than happy to do so. Just post your songs in the self promo tab that I've created in the Discord server. That will be what I will go through, and I will Really try to any links would work, but just as long as it's like a SoundCloud, Spotify is probably okay. YouTube's good. If you got releases coming out, or out, drop those in the self promo in the Discord. That's what it's for. It's for you to promote your music. That's why I made it there, because I want people to promote their music. So promote your music no matter what stage you are, and I will add your music to my playlist, gaming playlist, as I do gaming sessions in the evening. Okay. Be right back, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and hanging out. Don't go anywhere. We are going to run an ad, and I will come back and we'll make something else. we are back. What's up? How's everybody doing? I hope you're doing great. I'm back here. I'm ready to make some more music with you guys. We are celebrating our release today. Today's release day. So if you haven't heard it, go on Bandcamp. Check out my new EP, Nights into Dreams. Shout out to my Twitch subscribers. Thank you all so much. We've reached 10 subscribers, and I'm so happy. I'm so happy. We'll set a new goal next week, and we'll try to strive and do our best to achieve it with you with me. So big thank you to you guys on Twitch. Thank you to you guys on YouTube that tune in and watch. I really appreciate it. And of course, a big thank you to Chrysler Buy for helping me name it and also being a massive supporter of my music and helping me out. Also want to shout out Naruto for joining me on Patreon. I appreciate it, man. It means the world to me. Any support you give, any support you offer is always appreciated. And it all goes to me creating this music. That is 100% true. So if you want me to create more music, if you want to see me get better at this, if you want to see me improve, if you want the stream itself to improve, consider donating, supporting, subscribing, buying any of my music. This all is going to go to supporting the stream and the music. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much, so much. So let's get into another one. Now, if anybody is in the chat, do you want me to make a song, or are we going to do something else? We're going to see here. Hey, Trinique, thank you so much for the repost and the love. Look at that. All that love. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Guys and girls, thank you all so much. Oh, I already saved it. Okay. And going once, going twice, and all right. So we will do 88, and we'll use FPC for the drums. We'll use FL keys for the piano. We'll use one instance of 3x OSC, and we'll use a one instance of flex, and then we'll use one instance of harmless. Yeah. Okay. Turn stuff down and turn stuff up. Okay. Let's see what key. Got guinea pig hair on my keyboard. All right, let's see what key we want to do here. And what we want to start with. So let's go ahead and make sure these are all routed to a mixer. Good. We'll make a pre-master too. Yeah, you can dock these, that's right. Okay, and then when we're gonna make a melody, a drum bus. Change these colors and dock these to the left as well. Okay. And now we're all routed and good to go. Everything is there. FPCs is going to go to drums. Oops. We probably could just make this a little bit bigger. We don't need it too tiny. So we will make this route to this. Keys. All this, I think we can route to the melody. There we go. And then maybe we could do one more that says sound effects. Dock this to the left as well. And then that way, you know, and then these need to be routed to the pre-master. Good. We're all routed and good. So everything goes here before it goes here. And then we'll just put a limiter on the master at negative 0.1 dB. Good. Now our tempo, okay, let's bring our tempo up actually. Let's go to something a little bit faster. Let's just do 120. Let's just do 120. We'll do a 120 tempo. And we're just going to pre-pan these a little bit just to kind of good. Let's go ahead and add an EQ2, parametric EQ2. We'll right click this little top band one, or not right click it. We right click this one, the little the knob. Go to type, and it's going to be high pass. And then your order will be steep 8. And then you can come over here and you can just roll this up, or not that, I'm sorry, the bandwidth, and we can roll it down to about 50, to not 50, let's say 55, 56%, just so it's even. And then we'll bring it over a little bit, okay? And this already preps our EQ for when we start doing stuff. Now, what key do we want? Let's choose the key of D. So we'll make something in D. We'll make a D chord. And then I'm going to control click and drag all these, and I'm just going to bring them back a little bit. And if you are a little bit off, you can zoom in and kind of fix it. Or you can control Q, and this quantizes the endpoints. Shift Q will quantize just the starting position, which is important to remember. So if you want to quantize your start, Shift Q. You want to quantize it. When it quantizes means match it to the beat, basically. Control Q, okay? So we'll start with a D. And then we'll go from D to G. And then I will hit P to go to the pencil tool. And since we started this in a high octave, we're going to hold control and hit the down arrow on the keyboard. And this will move everything down an octave. Now if I hit Alt and hold and hit right click, this will actually just play it without changing my what my tool is. And I'm holding Alt and I'm hitting right click. So sometimes you'll see me do this, and this is just how you can kind of play it without actually having to hit play. So we're gonna draw out a chord progression here, which we're gonna do a simple one. So we're actually just gonna do 2 chords. But what I'm gonna do is probably highlight these top 3 parts of the second chord and hold control, hit down on the keyboard, and move it down an octave. And then we could turn on our metronome here. You can either click this or hit Control M. And then it's a little too long. So what we're going to do is just going to highlight all these at once. We're going to click this little arrow that appears, and we're just going to drag it back until it kind of fits into these 4 bars right here. Get as close as you can. Then you hit Control Q on your keyboard. Oh, we're a little too far out. Yeah, hit Control Q on your keyboard, and it will quantize. There it goes. I was hitting it wrong. I was hitting Control 1. Hit Control Q, and it quantizes it so it doesn't go past the ending point. And let's hear this again. We'll move that note up just to kind of match it. Hit P here to go back. There we go. So we just kind of move some notes around, but honestly, we're just trying to go. So D and G is really our main notes here. D, and there's G. Hey, Paul. Thank you for your masterclass in your music. Have a great day. Give you one more like again with love. Hey, Paul. I appreciate it, brother. Always, always, always appreciate it, man. Thank you for the love, always. All right. So what we're going to do here is now that we have this little key chord set up, we're going to go ahead and highlight all these again. You can control click your timeline up here like this, control click and drag, or you can just control click and drag on the space, highlight them all, and then we're going to hit Alt R. This opens up what's called a randomizer. It might be like this at first. Don't be scared. Just unclick pattern and make sure levels is make sure levels is good. Okay. And what we're going to do is just kind of randomize the volumes of each of these notes without actually having to do it individually. So we'll just kind of run through these seeds here. You can kind of play it too. And then once you find one you like, hit accept. We like that one. Good. So now that we have that there, and I think we're going to go ahead and EQ this a little bit now. We're just going to roll some of this low end off. And then the best way to EQ is of course you have to use your ears. I mean, everybody tells you this, but what this means really is, let's just go too far, and then we come back to where it sits right, okay? So this is how you properly kind of can EQ. Have yourself a little high pass. Sometimes these curves might be a little sharp for people, and they might want to actually make the slope a little more gentle. And say you do want a little bit of the low end to come through, maybe what you can do is make it more like a gentle 6 or not a gentle 6, like a gentle 4. And then it'll let a little bit more of the low information through without too much of this cut, okay? So just because you need to trim stuff from the low end, you might not need to trim it so extreme, all right? So anyways, we'll go ahead though, and we'll just try to keep it simple, and we'll make it a steep 8. We'll play this. So that's too far, obviously. Sounds better. So that's like pretty good. Now we could turn this off to compare. So when you have it turned on, you can barely notice it, but it's a little bit less of information going on. So you basically just trim out what you don't hear, but what you would honestly feel instead. And you don't need to feel it as much. And it's just more or less, it becomes what's called mud, or frequency information that's irrelevant to that space. That's really all it does. So we may dip a little bit low in the mids, and we may raise it up a little bit in high mids. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna roll my mouse wheel up, and this kind of increases the little curve of this band, so we're just gonna do like a gradual increase in the high mids. And again, what you do is you just turn it off and turn it on. So you could tell it sounds just a little bit, maybe you would say thinner, and that's not necessarily bad, but that's kind of what you're doing, is you're thinning out this sound a little bit, and we're sculpting the sound to fit into the mix, okay? And a lot of people will suggest to you to mix as you go, and I think it's a good suggestion, but really you approach it however you feel comfortable. Just make sure that you do these steps, okay? You need to route them to mixer tracks, and you should EQ them at the very, very least, all right? And panning is probably pretty important too, but we're not going to harp that too much. All right, now that our keys are good, we're going to right click this pattern, and we're just going to rename it and call it rename and color. We'll call it piano. And we'll click this little box here and we'll just give it a random color. Hit the checkbox and you're okay. Go to your view playlist button and we're just going to start drawing maybe like 2 of them in, okay? Well, we'll draw 4 of them in. How about that? And what you could do is leave yourself a little bit of room in the beginning. So just in case you might want to go back and do like a little introductory phase, you can do that. You don't want to kind of start from the very strict back. Otherwise, you might mess up and not be able to add if you need to add. All right. So we can also name this track that it's on. So we can just right click it right here to go to rename. Click this little arrow and click piano. It'll rename the lane for us. And then we can right click and hit C. And it'll actually name the clips on as well. That's what you see me do all the time. So now that we have our piano, and then we can make sure that it's matching the pixel track. So what I did here is I just middle clicked with my mouse wheel, but you can also right click and go to rename. Drop down box and we'll click piano again, and it's gonna all match here. And this just helps us visually keep track of where everything is. That's really it. It's not the, it doesn't have to be like this, but this just helps us keep track. So we're going to put a little marker here and hit play. Good. Now what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open up a new pattern, and maybe we'll do the bass. I'm not really sure, but we'll just call it the bass for now. Give it a random color, hit accept, hit the OK button. Make sure that the bass, we'll use harmless for our bass. So what we'll do is we'll middle click harmless, drop down box, click bass. Go to our mixer, middle click the mixer, drop down box, hit bass. Very good. Go to track number 2, middle click it, drop down box, hit bass, and there we go. Now make sure that we have the pattern clip selected, and that's our focus. And then we can click, and we can just probably drag out maybe 4 bars like that, okay? And then we can go ahead and click this again, and then we can click right next to it. Boom. And then you can control click to kind of deselect everything. Now what I'm going to do is go ahead and open up my harmless patch here, and this is a stock harmless patch, so we're just going to start from a stock patch. We're going to play this and then we'll add in as we go, okay? Alright, I'm going to turn the volume down a little bit, and I will bring the first subharmonic up here to about almost 50%, maybe about 30%. And then I'll bring the third harmonic up to about 10%, maybe. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to my unison, and I'm going to bump it up to about 3 to 5. We'll bring the pitch thickness down to about 35 to 40%. And then we're going to go ahead and take our filter frequency, and we're going to drop it down to maybe like 35, 30%. And then what we'll do to finish it off is we'll give it a little bit of a filter envelope amount. So we'll increase it to about maybe 15-20% here. Good. And then we'll take the decay length and we'll bring that down to about, I don't know, maybe 200 milliseconds is probably good. And we're going to take the decay slope or the tension knob, and we'll bring this down to about 50% or more. And we're going to bring the filter frequency down a little bit more too, to about 20. And these will change, so the filter width may come up to about 75. And this is pretty much a good old standard bass. Now this knob right here is pretty good to mess with as well. We can also bring this down to 50% or leave it the way it is. And this is just going to give us a nice little plucky bass to work with. I may increase the subharmonic up a little bit more and the subharmonic 1. And we'll bring the volume up just a little bit. And what we'll do is we'll go to this little timbre equalizer band. And we'll drop down probably a little bit of power out the upper end, okay? Good. Now we have a decent bass patch. Now it won't be perfect, but that's okay. It's never supposed to be perfect. But let's go ahead and go to the mixer track. Add yourself a parametric EQ2. And we will do the same thing here where we are going to add a right click this, and we're going to go to the type high pass. Order is going to be a steep 8. And we'll leave it over here to the side for now. And what we'll do is we'll EQ this in as soon as we put in our notes, okay? So we'll let this play, and we're going to go ahead and figure out a progression to go along with our piano. All right, so I'm going to follow the bass line of the piano. And what we'll do is we'll make it more like a progressively sound. So it's kind of hard to explain. I can't really explain it simple, but it's just a pattern of repetition that goes. So you kind of got to listen and see how it looks. So it's kind of like every three. Let's just say that. Every three little boxes. And just keep going with the three boxes, like every three, just keep it going. And then the last two, we put it here and we'll just squeeze it down like that, okay? And then we'll hold down shift, left click and drag to create a copy. We're going to bring this over, and then we're going to put it on the second note of our bass, which is going to be G because of the piano. And then we're going to hold down control, click and drag here, left click and drag, highlight our original one again, hold down shift, click and drag, and take this all the way over to the right. And we're going to bring it back down to the beginning, which is our root, the D. We made this in D, if you remember. And then we're going to bring it back up again. And then what we'll do is we'll take these final few notes and we'll give it a little bit more. We'll bring it up even higher. We'll go there. So we'll just control click, hold control, or click first, hold control, and then go upwards. And this keeps you from going left and right. See how I can't go left and right. So we'll go upwards to, it looks like A. And then we're going to listen to see how this sounds. All right. Good. We'll change the scene. Good. So that sounds pretty good. Now what we can do is go ahead and do a little bit more edit to our patch. So we'll just trim it so it sounds a little bit better. We'll just bring the decay length down a little bit more. And then, it's just kind of like your personal taste. So I just kind of mess around. But what we're going to do is, I think the individual notes themselves are a little bit long, and that's okay. What we're going to do is hit Shift D on the keyboard. And what this does is it resets all the notes to the one square, basically its minimal size. And we can just control A to select them all again, and then we can just come on and bring them over just one step, and this gives them a little space in between. Very good. We are looking great, okay? So now we have a bass going. Now let's go ahead and EQ this. So we're just going to roll off here to about 60 maybe or so. And this is just personal taste. You just don't want too much of low end, even in your sub, your bass to be going off. maybe what I'll do is just maybe I'll turn the pluck knob off. And we'll turn the filter envelope off. And this is just kind of, this just keeps it from being too plucky. And I'll just dip a little bit in like the 90s because it's kind of an experience thing, I guess, but it could be a little problematic with the kick. So we can just kind of, what we'll do is just space it around the kick when the kick comes in, all right? And then we mix it in. Same with our piano. Good. All right. Now we're just going to move on here. Let's add a, I guess we'll go to 3x OSC and let's see if we can make it a pad. How about that? So we'll rename this and we'll just call it pad. And we will click the little square here, give it a random color, hit accept, hit the check mark here. Good. And then let's go ahead and make track 3 a pad. So we're going to middle click this, hit the drop down box, select pad. Good. It is on mixer track 4, so we'll go to mixer track 4 on our mixer, middle click the mixer, hit the drop down box, select pad. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and select a EQ2 for it. So we'll go ahead and open up our drop down box and select EQ2. We're going to right click our parametric EQ. Type is going to be a high pass, and then the order will be a steep 8 as well. And we'll just bring this over and we'll roll down the mouse wheel maybe once or twice to just make that curve a little bit more smoother. And we'll bring this over here so we can work it in when we start mixing with the notes. Now what we'll do is create another pattern. So we'll hit the plus sign here. We'll go ahead and click this drop down box and select pad. Good. And it will click it in right there. I will control click to deselect this so you can see it. And we'll click this, we'll click the edge of the box and we'll drag it out to the end. And that should be good. But what we'll do is we can just control click and drag this here. Hold shift on your keyboard, left click and drag and make another copy. Control click to deselect. And then what we'll do is double click our piano pattern and it's going to open up probably the piano roll like this. Go ahead and control click and drag all these. Control C on your keyboard, or you can go to this drop down box and go to edit, copy. We can close out of this, go back to our playlist, come to our pads, and you can double click your pads like this, and it'll open up the channel rack if it's an empty information slot on it. We will right click our pad, go to the piano roll, and then we're going to make sure it's all the way to the left, and then we're going to hit Control V on the keyboard, or edit, paste, file, edit, paste. We'll do the same thing. And it's going to put the pads in the same place and copy it over with the same information. Let's go ahead and open up our 3x OSC. Good. And what we'll do first is we'll just turn the volume down really low and we'll turn it back up as we start mixing because it's probably going to be a little bit loud. But we'll go ahead and play this. Let's go ahead and go to pattern and hit play. So it's going to be really loud, and that's okay. We don't want it all to be sine waves, so let's make the first one a saw. And we will turn the chorus pitch down to 12. Very good. And then we're going to go ahead and add another saw wave down here. And what we'll do is detune this downwards to about -10. And then we'll take the mix level and we'll turn it up to about 50. And then we're going to go ahead and add one more here. And we'll turn this up to 12 as well. But we're going to take the detune and we're going to turn it up to about +10 cents. And then we'll take the mix level and we'll bring this up about 50% as well. And then we'll take the fine pitch and we're going to go up maybe 2-3 cents on the bottom and left 2 or 3 cents on the middle. I do think they do need to be the same. And this is going to introduce a little bit of that phasing. And we're just going to take this phase randomness knob and we're going to turn it on up to about 40 to 50%. Maybe we'll detune a little bit more. Let's try 20. We'll do 15. And we'll take number 2, we'll pan it to the left about 25. We'll take number 3, we'll pan it to the right about 25. Very good. And I think we can work with this for now, but we can also do a little bit more. So we're going to go ahead and go to our envelope and instrument settings tab. And we'll highlight this envelope window and we'll turn it on. All right, very good. And then what we're going to do, instead of it falling out like that, we're going to edit these little knobs right here to make it fit a little bit better. This is called an ADSR window, attack, decay, sustain, release. If you want more information about that, I can explain it more in depth. Just let me know. I'm not really sure if, that's something people don't know about yet or not. So, anyways, what we'll do is we'll keep the attack actually going here. And the hold's actually okay. The decay, actually what we're going to do is turn the decay down. And we will turn the release up a little bit here. And either the decay down or decay up. Let's just see how it sounds. Yeah, never mind. Not like that. It should actually be up. My fault. Like that. Good. And then the hold doesn't really matter. Very good. So what we'll do is we'll increase the attack time a little bit here to maybe like 38%. And we'll decrease the release to about 50, okay? And then the sustain should be fine, but we could turn sustain all the way up. I don't think it matters. Good. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of tremolo. Tremolo? Tremolo. I don't know how to say it, but we're going to make the volume of this go up and down repeatedly by utilizing an inbuilt LFO tool inside of this instrument settings. So how we're going to do this is we're actually going to go ahead and right click this amount knob, or speed knob, I'm sorry. Right click your speed knob and we want to put it at, let's do 2 steps first. And let's increase this amount here to about maybe 30%. We'll leave the attack going because it'll make the volume shake, tremble as it gets later on, like as it plays out, okay? So maybe that's a little too much. So what we'll do is we'll go to set, and is at 2, we'll try to do 4. And we'll take the amount, and we'll just turn the amount down. And we'll take the attack, and we'll turn the attack way up. Let's do like 75%, 80%, right? And maybe we'll try it at 2 again just to see how it sounds. Yeah, so we just turned down the attack a little bit and turned the amount up to like 11%. And that sounds about right. So we'll leave it at that for now. We can always come back, okay? Next, we're going to go ahead and go to the next tab, next tab, which is your Mod X tab. And what I will do here is we'll take this filter frequency knob and we're just going to turn it down to about 50%. And then we're going to turn this envelope on and we'll just turn this knob up to about like 45 here, and we'll take this attack and we're going to bring the attack out quite a bit. Let's do like 75, right? And let's see what happens. Let's take our filter knob and turn it down to maybe 25, 30. Let's actually go really low. Let's do like 10. Good. And we'll take that modulation amount, we'll turn it up. Good. And then what I'll do here is probably take the attack down a little bit, and then we'll take the hold, the decay to all the way up, sustain all the way up, and then we'll take the release and kind of do the same, you know. And we just took these tension knobs, we turned them up a little bit to kind of give it a little bit more of a swooping effect. But this is pretty good. But I will take this modulation amount and maybe bring it down to about 80%. And we'll take the filter frequency and maybe we'll bring it down to about 5%. We'll go to the mod Y knob and we'll turn this envelope on. And what we'll do here is we'll make sure all these other ones are down. And we just want to simply bring the attack of it up. So, oh yeah, the sustain needs to be up and then the release can be on. That's fine. So you can kind of hear that the little sound is following along with the attack. And that's exactly what we're looking for, okay? So I'm going to actually take the tension down a little bit like this so it kind of doesn't rush it in. All right, and that is a pretty decent pad. Like, we're not trying to be perfect, but what I'll do here is probably increase the release, believe it or not, to about maybe 65, 70%. Good. Now we're feeling good about this. So we'll go to our EQ. What we'll do is we'll go to we'll add what's called a stereo. So we'll go down and select, and we're going to find what's called a stereo enhancer. We'll right click the preset knob and we'll go for strings. And it adds a really good atmosphere already. So we're going to go ahead and put this in. In fact, what we'll do is double click this again. Control click and drag. Hold shift, left click and drag to the right. And match it up so that it covers all four. And then let's go ahead and hear this in our mix. We're going to mix it in. Good. Alrighty. Now we have a pad, and then what we'll do is we'll make maybe let's just make a quick little melody or ARP. Let's just say melody for now, but if it's not a melody, we'll do like a little ARP, okay? We'll call it a melody, and it is on mixer track 5. So we'll middle click that mixer track 5. We will call this a melody, and we will go to this track 4 on here. Like, these don't matter what the names of these are, they're just for you to keep track. We'll make sure that's a melody, and then we're going to click this little plus button on the pattern selector. We'll click this drop down box, select melody, and we'll go ahead and put that there, and we'll just draw it out far like that. Hold shift, click and drag to the right to copy this pattern over. Control, right click anywhere on the playlist to deselect everything, and then go ahead and open up our Flex plugin, and then this is something that's more like a sampler, so you don't really have to design. You don't really have to design as much, but you still have parameters you can control, okay? So let's look at, I don't know, the general MIDI library. I think that's like free. Nah, door. Turn this down a little bit. Yeah, we'll just do something really simple. We can work with Fantasia. And what we'll do is we'll make a simple melody. So we're just gonna go. Wait, dome. Like that, okay? Just basically, this is only 3 notes, believe it or not. D, A, D, D, A, D, E, okay? So we're not going crazy with the melodies and what we're doing here. And I know you're like, well, you put it that way, that's simple. But that's highly likely what kind of confuses and messes you up is you're doing too much. So keep yourself simple. So this could be like a melody ARP thingy, and we're just going to hear it in context. Good. So what we'll do is we'll do this differently now. What we're doing is going to control, click, and drag both of these. Since what I did, it was like this originally. We're just going to go ahead and squeeze this down. We're going to hold shift on the keyboard, click and drag to the right. So it's right next to each other. Hold control now on your keyboard. Click and drag over both of these. And what we're going to do is hit Control G. Now we'll group these patterns together. So that way you actually don't have to copy them over in the piano roll if you didn't want to. Now with our new pattern, we'll double click this little piano roll pattern. And we're going to change this little ending, okay? And we'll just control and up on the keyboard to bring that note up. And then we're going to highlight these two. And then we're going to control down on the keyboard to bring them down. And then we'll hear this in context. So we'll click this once, and then we'll click right here to put it in. And then we'll go back to the beginning, hit play. And you see, we kind of just made a variation to the melody. Hey, Morokai, thank you so much for the follow, my man. You have officially achieved my goal of 140 followers. So I'm so proud that you're part of the breeze here with me. We're just making some music. I'm showing people a process. We're making a really simple tune, and I would like to explain it here for people so they could follow along on their own time if they wish. So we're kind of making a little video to help out people in the future, and if you're watching, and maybe help you out as well. All right, so now that we have our melody down, and you see how it says like melody number 2 and all that, well, we can actually quickly rename these by just going to our little pattern, or this little naming section on the side where it says tracks and all that. Right click that and just go to auto name clips, and it'll auto name it to what you want it to be. So you'll see me do this a lot when I'm producing. I'll just right click and hit C, and this auto names clips to whatever's on there. So it's just a fast way of naming your clips. Okay. Alrighty. Now let's double click our mixer track here and let's go to our mixer. We're going to add an EQ. So this EQ here is massively important as usual. You can tell we've already EQ'd everything so far along the way. All right. Our little our three elements. Loving your stuff. Keep it up. Mordecai, hey man, thank you so much for the love. I really appreciate it. It means the world. And thank you for supporting the stream. Just to follow itself it means the world. Hopefully we bring you some good music, man. Okay. So what we're going to do here is go ahead and right click this little one key, go to type. We're going to make it a high pass, and then we'll go ahead and right click and go to order, and we'll make it a steep 8, just like we did with the other ones. We'll go ahead and play this again. And I just kind of took a little bit of the energy out the upper end here, and we could probably actually go into our VST here, and we could probably trim up stuff, like it has a verb on it and stuff like that, but I don't want to get too complicated with things. So this is just kind of do what you want right now, and then you can kind of, we'll go over how to get a little bit more in depth with your effects later on, but right now we're not going to worry too much about the effects. We're just going to deal with them like they were just part of the instrument, okay? And then I think I wanted to make the delay a little bit more noticeable. So we'll just turn this mix knob on it up to maybe about 25-30% and see how it sounds. That's pretty good. So we're not going to go too crazy overboard with it. You can go as overboard with it as you like, or you can keep it as chill as you want. I always keep things pretty chill, but sometimes I go overboard as well, but that's fine. All right, so this is officially this is our all our melodic information that we're going to use for this track. Okay, we're not going to be any more complicated. We found all these things, so let's go ahead and put in a very simple little drum beat. And I don't know if I should actually use FPC. Maybe we should just do this the different way. Not because I don't like FPC, only because it probably makes a little bit more sense if you do it this way. We're gonna go ahead and do just as stock as we can go here since we started stock. These kicks, there's some kicks. Maybe we'll just do something a little bit more chiller since this is kind of chill. Let me find the other kicks. Yeah, the groove kicks. Okay, so we're gonna add a groove kick here, and then what I'm gonna do is, you see how this is on all, or you go to unsorted. This will kind of confuse you if you have a lot going on. So before we get too crazy and too into dragging and adding stuff, we're gonna make sure this little bar is highlighted where it says select, and then we're going to hit Alt on the keyboard, Alt G, and this will bring up a little window. We're going to type in drums and then hit the little OK check mark, and it's going to give you your own little kind of window for just your drums. So if you go back to unsorted, it won't be in unsorted, it'll be in its own thing called drums. But you can go to unsorted here. We're going to highlight all this and do the same thing, Alt G. We could type melody, enter, and now you can go drums, melody, sound effects, vocals, whatever. You know, you can be as organized as you want, which is always good. So anyways, we added a kick in here, and what we're going to do is go ahead and click this little track window, which assigns it to a free mixer track, and then we're going to make sure it's routed to our drums. All right, remember the little drums we set up and made? We'll middle click this to open up the rename option real fast, and we'll just type in kick. Give it a color, hit accept, hit the OK button, and then we're going to go ahead and open up a filter EQ ahead of time. and we will go ahead and add. Right click this, do a high pass. Right click one and do a steep 8 on the order. Bring this over, roll it down a little bit just so it sits there in here and we can work this in, okay? Now the drums are going to no doubt be very loud. So we'll turn it down, and what we'll do is we'll mix it in to where it sounds good. Some people start with the drums, but it doesn't matter how you start, just make sure you mix it in. And then what we'll do instead of, let me just play this. Okay, what we'll do here is we'll open up a new, we'll hit plus on our pattern. We'll name it kick as well. In fact, we can actually hit the drop down box and hit click kick. There we go. And then we can go ahead and do the same as this. We can middle click this and we can rename it kick. Good. Go back to your playlist. You can even click this button right here, or you can hit F6 on your keyboard, I believe. F5, sorry. F5 on your keyboard to open up your playlist. We'll go to track 5. We'll middle click track 5, hit the little drop down arrow, select kick. We're going to drag it all the way out here like this. Good. And we'll just delete this little end right there. Go to your channel rack. Go to your drums, which you should be on. And I don't know why this is so far out. I might have been from what we were doing earlier. There we go. We double clicked it. It should be kind of like this. Maybe, maybe something like that. But we're going to right click the kick and we're going to fill each 4 steps. All right. Now let's play and hear what happens. We'll turn it down and we'll mix it in slowly. Good. That sounds good to me. It doesn't matter where the volume is at right now. We're not really worried about volume, so make sure it's not clipping, okay? Make sure it's not over the top. Just trying to keep yourself in. So this little quick fade out knob, what we're going to do is we're going to click this and we're going to drag this up to about 30-40% here. Good. And then we'll play it again. Turn it up a little bit. I don't know, maybe that's too much. Let's do about like 10-11%. Okay, good. We're going to open up our EQ2 here, and what we'll do is we're going to mix this in. Now, we're going to have to do a little bit more work than what we've usually been doing. All right, and what I want to do is I want to take a little bit of the low mid out, just a little bit, but just dip it down, and then we're going to take a little bit of this high end out by dipping it down. And I'll boost it just a little bit around the lower end, maybe around 110. It's a gentle boost here. And we just kind of just shaved out a little bit of the highs on it here. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just put it in a good spot, okay? Now what I'm going to do here actually is just take this little filter frequency and turn it down like 5%. It's kind of, this trims a little bit of the upper end out too, because it's like you're filtering it down. Good. And then we're, like I said, we're not looking for perfection right now. We're just looking to create it and be decent, So we're going to go to the stereo separation knob, which if you don't see it on your mixer, there's a view extra volume properties, stereo properties button that you have to click for it to show up. So you make sure that's clicked, and then go to the kick, and then go to the stereo separation, and we're going to turn this to the right so that it's merged. And this just turns it into mono. So when you're in, the kicks usually are mono, but just in case you might have done some fancy stuff with your EQ and taken it out of mono or out of phase a little bit, you can attempt to squeeze it so it's still at least perfectly in phase at all times and in mono, okay? So there's the kick. Good. Now what we'll do is add a clap or a snare. We're going to keep it simple as well. So let's add a clap here or a snare. I think we'll use 9. We'll drag 9 in. We'll middle click it. We'll just rename this snare and we'll give it a color. Hit the OK check mark. And then we're going to click this and we're going to click the track button. Good. And we're going to make sure it's routed to our drums. Open up a filter. Good. And then we'll right click this filter. We'll go to type, steep 8, and then we'll go to type high pass. I'm sorry, order steep 8, type high pass. Sorry, I do this all the time. I get confused sometimes myself. Okay, let's go ahead and turn this down a little bit. And we're going to take this quick fade out knob and we'll turn it up to about right there, which is like 40%. Very good. Now what we're going to do is we're just going to add a new pattern. Hit this drop down box, click snare. Good. And we'll click this, middle click this track 6. Hit this drop down box as well, click snare. Perfect. Now what we'll do is we'll add these underneath the kicks. Very good. And then we're going to go to our playlist, our channel rack window, and we're going to add one on the 2 and the 4. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's how you got to see it. Okay. So the kick's on the 1, 2, 3, 4. Your snare is going to be on the 2, 4, 2, 4. The kick's on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's going to be your rhythm, the 1 and 2. And I know you're like, it's obvious, but think about it this way, where if you if you know what your beats are at, basically, you can really be very creative with how you approach this. All right, we're being very simple, but you can be as complicated as you want. I gotta stop doing stuff like this because I want you to know what I'm doing. You can be as complicated as you want, or you can be very simple. Okay, so let's go ahead and hear this in the mix. We'll turn this all the way down and we'll just mix it in. Good. Now we'll open up the EQ for this, which is this right here. And we're just going to go ahead and EQ this in a little bit like we've been doing. I'm going to take this order and I'm going to change it by clicking and holding these little 4 boxes underneath and just dragging it upwards. And we're going to go to a steep 4 so I can give a little bit more of low information in. And I'm going to tighten this up a little bit. And then what we'll do is we'll increase the treble a little bit and we'll bring down the mid just a hair. And I might bring it up just a little bit so it's not too much low end going on here. And it's okay if there is too much. It's not a big deal. All right, well, we're pretty cool with that. We'll go ahead and squeeze these out here, delete that one. And we're already got a nice little arrangement going along here. We're doing great. Stay with me though, we're almost done. All right, now let's go ahead and add some hi-hats. How about 3? Let's click and drag this in. And we're going to middle click this and we'll name it hat. Give it a color. Very good. And we're going to click this and we're going to go ahead and click it and assign it to a track. And we'll make sure that we right click and route it to this track only, which is our drums. Okay. We'll open up an EQ2. And then we're going to go ahead and make it a high pass with a steep 8. And then we'll go ahead and hit this plus button right here on the pattern, new pattern. Hit the drop down box, find our sample name. Good. And then we'll hit track 7 over here. We'll middle click it, hit drop down, and we'll make it a hat as well. And we're just going to click and draw some boxes across like that. All right. And then you can hold down control and click anywhere in the playlist to deselect. Now, we're going to go back to our channel rack, and we found a hat already. We're going to trim it up a little bit. So we'll turn the fade out knob, and we'll take the fade in knob, and we'll take it down a little bit. Good. And we're going to pan this a little bit to our left. I'm a left panner with hats. It doesn't matter how you pan them, but you just, whatever. Good. Now what we're going to do is make a little rhythm. So I'm going to put it on every third note on this step. So 1, third note in, 2, third note in, 3, third note in. We'll start there and we'll just edit as we go, okay? We're going to hit play. Mix it in. Alrighty, and then what we'll do here is EQ it as, we'll EQ this as it's playing, okay? Okay, good. And then what I'm going to do is add like another hat. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll just right click this and we're going to clone it. Good. Maybe this one. I don't know if this will work, but I just kind of want to add like a little bit of like this on each one. You know what I mean? That might be good too. Actually, I like this. We'll turn the out. Yeah, this is fine. So good. So what we'll do is we'll click this little graph editor on it, and we're going to edit the velocities of these. So when the kick comes in, we will drop the volume of it. Kick drops on the 1, 2, 3, 4. And when the snare comes in, we drop the volume of it a little bit more. Okay? Kick, snare. And then you can do it that way, or we can do it where we add them all across and we kind of individually edit the velocities of each one so it kind of comes up in a pattern like so. It's almost like stair step. Okay, that sounds okay. Like I said, it's like a mix thing. You got to mix it in. We turned it down real low. What I'm going to do is just right click this and clone this one more time. I'm going to try to get an open hat. So we just find an open hat. And we just add it at the end, okay? And then we can turn this down. And then we could probably take the fade in knob a little bit here and all right, so we could just say we're happy with that. We don't want to go crazy with trying to do too much. But we're going to add the last little bit, which is going to be some effects. Oh. This is a good one. All right. So we're going to add groove. And we're going to just drag it straight into the playlist, okay? Just drag it from here, just go right on in. Don't even worry about the channel rack anymore. And then what we'll do here, in fact, we could just full screen our playlist if we wanted to, because we can pretty much work almost exclusively, not quite, but pretty close. So what we'll do is we'll double click this and the sampler window should pop up. We're going to go ahead and assign it to a track. We'll rename this track and we'll just call it Crash. Boom. And then what we'll do here is we'll turn this volume down pretty low, and we're going to take the fade in and we'll turn this down like this. Take the fade out, we'll turn that down like that. And then we will actually go to the effects target. This is pretty new, but we're going to give this a little bit of a reverb built in that's in here. Oops. Don't be like me and always misclick, okay? Be precise. All right, we're going to open up a filter. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same song and dance. We're going to go ahead and give it a high pass. Steep 8. Oh, yeah. Mix it in. You know, you can just try stuff at this point. It's an effects. You know, you can do what you want. All right, good. So we're going to say that's good. We're going to go ahead and rename this and call it Crash, right? Right-click this and hit C to auto-name the clip to that. We're going to take this and we're just going to shift-click and drag it all the way to where it starts again. And then what we're going to do again is we're going to actually take this and shift-click and drag it behind. And then we're going to click this little sound sample icon and we're going to make this unique. Okay. Now we're going to double click it, and now that it's unique, it'll be different from this one. So we're going to actually reset these knobs by middle clicking them. And you see that this is changing, but that one isn't. We're going to reverse the sample. Good. And we're going to fade out like so. And then we're going to fade in like so. Okay. And then we're going to scroll in. We're going to roll in and zoom in on our playlist by holding Control and rolling up on the mouse wheel. Or you can hold Alt and roll up to make it, you know, longer. We're going to click on this and we're going to bring it back in the timeline. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little edge, and you want to make sure that stretch is turned off. And we're going to take this and we're going to squeeze this in a little bit here. Zoom in a little bit more by holding Control and rolling up on your playlist. We're going to grab this and we're going to hold Alt. And we're going to bring this over to about here. So it's online with this note, and we have a little bit of a space in between. Now we're going to roll back out by holding Control and rolling down on our mouse wheel. And then we're going to listen to this to make sure it sounds okay. Good, but it's still a little bit too like early. So what we'll do is we'll click and we'll move this over twice, so that it's almost matched up with this. It's going to be matched up with this, okay? Now let's try it again. Maybe this can go up a little bit. Maybe what we'll do is we'll take the pitch of this and we'll just turn it up to 200 cents. Good. And then what I'm going to do here is we're just going to add a reverb just to this by itself. In fact, what we're going to do is make sure this is on effects too. I didn't do that already. Yeah. And I'm just going to put a little reverb on it by itself. You don't really do that, but we're going to do it because we're just going to have fun. We're going to turn the dry down a little bit here. We're going to turn the wet up a little bit here as well. We'll stereo separate it to about 40%. We're going to bring this decay time to about maybe 5 to 10 seconds. Whatever feels good. Turn the damp up to a little bit as well and bring your size up. Turn your high cut off basically. Maybe you can bring it down a little bit, but take your low cut and turn it up a little bit. We want nothing below like the 500s. Let's give this a listen to see how it sounds. Very good. That is beautiful. Now what we're going to do here is we're going to do a quick arrangement. All right, a very quick and a simple arrangement. We have all our elements. We're not going to do anything special. We're going to keep it very simple. So what we're going to do is, let's go ahead and first come on back here to maybe 2. Go to your tools. Time mark. I'm sorry, not tools. Go to your time marker and click add one. And we're going to name this one start. Hit the plus button right there, or accept mark. We're going to right click that marker we just added, and we're going to call it the start. All right, and this gives us a dead space behind, so that way we can actually work behind if we need to. Now we can go ahead and snap these, and then we're going to go ahead and take this whole entire project, have it all highlighted, hit Control on your keyboard, and then you're going to hit B 3 times. So Control B once, twice, thrice. Now you can Control, right click anywhere in the playlist to deselect. Control and roll down to look at your selection now. And now you're like, whoa, right? But that's all right. It doesn't matter. We're going to go ahead and start arranging. So we're just going to go ahead and bring elements in as we see fit. And then what we'll do is we'll add a little bit like of a flare here. So we'll take the snare, we'll make it unique, double click on it, and then we're going to add just a couple of little silly sounds in there. So we just added a few in here. We'll see how it sounds. Yeah, see? Maybe what we do here is go to our little graph selector, and we can actually raise the pitch. All right. Good. So that's really it. I mean, we could do a little like piece at the end if we want it. Right click here and then add it in. And then your song is done, but let's see, we could right click here and say this is when the bass comes in. Right click here and say this is the chorus or the melody. and then we could right click here, add marker, and say this is the outro. So, you know, we have a intro. We got this bass, which is like the verse, basically, a chorus, and an outro, and we're done. And this, my friends, is how you create a track. Now, of course, we could do some more stuff here, which is why I have these these things here. We could do things like we can add a side chain. So we can use it with love filter. We can right click love filter and go to special side chain low frequencies. I'm just having fun. Yeah. Nah, it's not. Yeah, that's like, you know, it doesn't have to be perfect. But what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and apply some global EQ. So we're just going to go to our little mixer channels here, and we're just going to make sure everything sounds decent. Good stuff. And this is our track. Okay, so this is basically essentially a really simple way of creating melodic progressive house tunes. You know, maybe not the you know, most spectacular mind-blowing track, but we just used a lot of very simple elements. We didn't try to be overly complicated with our methods. We mixed everything the best we could, and then we're going to just turn it up with a limiter and call it done. Alrighty, look at that. And we have made a little cute little melodic progressive house tune. Something really simple. We didn't do anything complicated. But this project file will be available for all of you to get and look at on your own. I tried to make it as simple and as easily understandable as possible. There's much more you could do to this if you wanted to. So what I would love for you to do is take this project yourself on your own DAW and create something, do a little remix of this tune. Do a little remix of this tune in your own way. Take the elements that are already there and recreate your version of a melodic progressive house tune using what you see here and using the elements, and see what you can create. And make sure you post it on your SoundCloud and tag me at Zephyr, at Z8PHYR, and let me know. And I will listen. We will listen to these tunes, and we can go over them. We can enjoy them together, or whatever you like. So that, my friends, is it for today. We will be back again this afternoon to do some more uh, production, I think. Yeah, I think we got some production I want to do. But if not, we will talk about some more music, and then later on we will come back again to do some more chill gaming. So a massive shout out to everybody that has listened, that stuck it out with me to do this. My EP, Nights into Dreams, is now out on my Bandcamp. So if you want to listen to it, you can. And you can get a discount right now using code BREEZE when you check out. So if you check out and you use code BREEZE, it takes 50% off, and that will be that would save you a little bit, and it will massively support me as a musician from what I'm doing. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate the love, everybody, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, everybody. And I'm going to play some music here to send this away. But if you have any questions or anything, guys, just feel free to let me know. I really appreciate it all. I am so happy we met our goals today. We'll be back again this afternoon to do something. We're going to celebrate, chill. Maybe we'll just play the EP and hang out. So, Govin, thank you so much for the follow on SoundCloud. I really appreciate it. Uh, if I know you might not be here, but thank you guys that do follow me on SoundCloud. I am indebted to you for all of the love. So we're gonna say this as we'll say a beginning a journey. Oh, we'll just call it. Yeah, we'll call it a journey, but it's gonna be a journey beginner's project. Yeah, that's actually a good one. I like that one. So we're gonna save this and we're gonna export this. I'm gonna upload it to my SoundCloud, and then hopefully you guys, when you get this project file, would want to upload and make your own version and upload it to yours and let me know. Massive love, everybody, and thank you for being a part of my journey. I will catch you on the next one. Thank you, Cole.